Some of them is real light, some of them real dark. But you know them by the Father. The Father determines who they are. But the angels know everyone. So it's about the spirit of that person, because the flesh profits nothing. It's the spirit that the Most High put into you. That's why, look, we go to Amos 9 and 8. Behold, the eyes of the Most High, which are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, are upon the sinful kingdom. America is a very sinful kingdom. And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. Saving, I mean, he's not going to kill everybody. Saving, he's going to save somebody, that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, the family of Israel. Said the Most High. Listen, verse 9. For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations. So the angels, when he command these angels to do this, he said he's going to sift we, the house of Israel, the family of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, among all nations. Because he scatters among all nations, like as corn is sifted in the seed. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. So the least is the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel shall not fall upon the earth. Because they're going to be redeemed. So the 2/3 of our people, which are the most, will be right here in verse 10. All the sinners of my people, all you that say you got to follow the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments, have faith in the Mashiach Yahushua in a real way. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. All you that following Christmas and Easter and Halloween and all the things that's abominable to the Most High, when he said he have holy convocations that are his feasts that we're supposed to follow, and his Sabbaths, and not on the first day of the week, which represented the worship of the sun. No matter how you look at it, it was set up to worship the sun with the pagans. The Most High said the seventh day is his day of worship. He said, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. Yeah. So you said the Most High can't deal with you because he the one that created evil. Tell you that in Isaiah 45 and 7. You said the evil shall not overtake, nor prevent us. So you said the Most High can't get you. That's what they saying. Isaiah 45 and 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, do all these things. So you saying the Most High can't get you. Oh yeah, but you're going to be God. He say all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. That's what he's saying. Can't get around this, people. So let's continue. Going back to Genesis. Verse 28. All these are the 12 tribes of Israel, and this is it that their father spake unto them and blessed them. Every one according to his blessing he blessed them. And he charged them and said unto them, I am to be gathered unto my people. Bury me with my fathers in the cave that is in the field of Ephron the Hittite. So he's giving them instructions of where he wanted to be buried. In the cave that is in the field of Machpelah, which is before Mamre, in the land of Canaan, which Abraham bought with the field of Ephron the Hittite for possession of a burying place. There they buried Abraham and Sarah his wife. There they buried Isaac and Rebekah his wife, and there I buried Leah. The purchase of the field and of the cave that is therein was from the children of Heth. And when Jacob had made an end of commanding his sons, he gathered up his feet into the bed and yielded up the ghost and was gathered unto his people. I mean, he died. Once he said that, he gave them the instructions, he died. So we're going to continue on Genesis 50 and 1. And Joseph fell upon his father's face and wept upon him and kissed him. And Joseph commanded his servants, the physicians, to embalm his father, and the physicians embalmed Israel. And 40 days were fulfilled for him. For so are fulfilled the days of those which are embalmed. And the Egyptians mourned for him 60 days, 70 days. And when the days of his mourning were past, Joseph spake unto the house of Pharaoh, saying, If now I have found grace in your eyes, speak, I pray you, in the ears of Pharaoh, saying, My father made me swear, saying, Lo, I die in my grave, which I have digged for me in the land of Canaan. There shalt thou bury me. Now therefore let me go up, I pray thee, and bury my father, and I will come again. And Pharaoh said, Go up, and bury thy father, according as he made thee swear. And Joseph went up to bury his father, and with him went up all the servants of Pharaoh, the elders of his house, and all the elders of the land of Egypt. And all the house of Joseph, and his brethren, and his father's house, only their little ones, the little children, and their flocks, and their herds, they left in the land of Goshen. They took everyone except for the little children and their flocks. And there went up with him both chariots and horsemen, and it was a very great company. And they came to the threshing floor of Atad, which is beyond Jordan, and there they mourned with a great and very sore lamentation. And he made a mourning for his father 7 days. 7 days. Let's look at Ecclesiasticus 38 in the Apocrypha. And we'll start at verse 16. Ecclesiasticus 38 and 16. My son, let tears fall down over the dead, and begin to lament, as if thou hast suffered great harm thyself. And then cover his body according to the custom, and neglect not his burial. Weep bitterly and make great mourn, and use lamentation as he is worthy, and that a day or two, lest thou be evil spoken of, and then comfort thyself for thy heaviness. So weep for your dead ones. For of heaviness cometh death, and the heaviness of the heart breaketh strength. In affliction also sorrow remaineth. In the life of the poor is the curse of the heart, of your mind, the way you think. Take no heaviness to heart. Drive it away. Remember the last end. Forget it not. But there is no turning away. There is no turning again. Thou shalt not do him good, but hurt thyself. Remember my judgment, for thine also shall be so. Yesterday for me, and today for thee. When the dead is at rest, let his remembrance rest, and be comforted for him, when his spirit is departed from him. Ecclesiasticus 41 and 1. O death, how bitter is the remembrance of thee to a man that liveth at rest in his possessions, unto the man that hath nothing to vex him. and that has prosperity in all things, yea, unto him that is yet able to receive me. O death, acceptable is thy sentence unto the needy, and unto him whose strength faileth, that is now in the last age, and is vexed with all things, and to him that despaireth and has lost patience. Fear not the sentence of death. Remember them that have been before thee, and that come after. For this is the sentence of the Most High over all flesh. Okay? So let's continue. Genesis 50 and 11. Genesis 50th chapter and 11th verse. And when the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites, saw the mourning in the floor of Atad, they said, this is a grievous mourning to the Egyptians. Wherefore the name of it was called Abel Mizraim, which is beyond Jordan. And his sons did unto him according as he commanded them. For his sons carried him into the land of Canaan, and buried him in the cave of the field of Mishpalah, which Abraham bought with the field for possession of a burying place of Esron the Hittite, before Mamre. And Joseph returned into Egypt, he and his brethren, and all that went up with him to bury his father, after he had buried his father. And when Joseph's brethren saw that their father was dead, they said, Joseph will peradventure hate us. They say, remember they sold him to the Arabs. The Arabs sold him to the Egyptians. So they say, when they saw that Israel was dead, they said, oh wow, Joseph gonna hate us. Now he's gonna get revenge on us. And when Joseph's brothers saw that his father was dead, they said, Joseph will peradventure perhaps hate us, and will certainly requite us all the evil which we did unto him. So they say, oh man, he's gonna get us back for all the evil we done to him. And they sent a messenger unto Joseph, saying, thy father did command before he died, saying, so shall ye say unto Joseph, forgive, I pray thee now, the trespass of thy brethren, and their sin, for they did unto thee evil. And now we pray thee, forgive the trespass of thy servants of the most high power of thy fathers. And Joseph wept when they spake unto him. And his brethren also went and fell down before his face, and they said, behold, we be thy servants. And Joseph said unto them, fear not, for am I in the place of the Most High? He went spiritual on them. He said, am I in the place of the Most High? They're afraid. They're afraid he's going to do them in like they did him in, selling them to the Arabs, and the Arabs selling them to the Egyptians. He said, am I in the place of the Most High? But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but the Most High meant it unto good, to bring to pass as it is this day, to save much people alive. Now therefore fear ye not, I will nourish you and your little ones. And he comforted them and spake kindly unto them. He changed it. He didn't do evil for evil, but he brought love instead of evil. And Joseph dwelt in Egypt, he and his father's house, and Joseph lived 110 years. And Joseph saw Ephraim's children of the third generation, the children also of Mashir, the son of Manasseh, were brought up upon Joseph's knees. He's seeing all his children being born and raised. And Joseph said unto his brethren, I die, and the Most High will surely visit you, and bring you out of this land unto the land which he sware to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. And Joseph took an oath of the children of Israel, saying, the Most High will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up my bones from hence. So Joseph died, being 110 years old, and they embalmed him, and he was put in a coffin in Egypt. So Joseph died, and they put him in a coffin in Egypt. I'm going to continue on this part another time. Let's go to 1 Kings, the 2nd chapter. So I say, when you look at our story, it's pretty wild. Like you just see, Reuben lost the head tribe job within the 12 tribes of Israel, behind sleeping with his father's concubine, Bilhah. So let's look at 1 Kings 2 and 1. 1 Kings 2 and 1. Now the days of David drew nigh that he should die. Talking about King David. And he charged Solomon his son, saying, so he called Solomon his son. This is what he said to him. King David's about to die. He said, I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man. And keep the charge of the Most High thy power, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments, and his judgments, and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself. I mean, look at Joshua 1 and 8. Because a lot of people think gain is righteousness, but it's not necessarily true. That's why when we look at Joshua 1 and 8, it says, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, according to the laws and rules and regulations of the Most High, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. Written in what? Written in the laws of the Most High. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. That's what he's telling them. Just what was told us before. Then you shall make your way prosperous, and then you shall have good success. Because all success, letting you know, is not good in the eyes of the Most High. Let's continue. 1 Kings 2 and verse 4. Well, let's read 3 again. And keep the charge of the Most High thy power, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments, his laws, and his judgments, and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whatsoever thou turnest thyself, that the Most High may continue his word with which he spake concerning me, saying, if thy children take heed to their way, watch what you're doing, to walk before me in truth, that's his laws, with all their heart and with all their soul, there shall not fail thee, said he, a man on the throne of Israel. So he said, as long as they walk in the way of the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High, that he's going to allow a man to continue from his lineage, to be on the throne of Israel, powers and authority. Verse 5, moreover, thou knowest also what Joab, the son of Jeruiah, did to me, and what he did to the 2 captains of the host of Israel, unto Abner, the son of Ner, and unto Amasa, the son of Jether, whom he slew. He killed them, and shed the blood of war in peace, and put the blood of war upon his girdle that was about his loins, and in his shoes that were on his feet. Do therefore according to thy wisdom, and let not his whore head go down to the grave in peace. Don't let him go, don't let him die in peace. But show kindness unto the sons of Barzillai, the Gilead, the Gileadite, and let them be of those that eat of thy table. For so they came to me when I fled before of Absalom thy brother. Say, give them a righteous judgment. And behold, thou hast with thee Shemiel, the son of Gera, a Benjamite of Bahurim, which cursed me with a grievous curse in the day when I went to Mahanaim. But he came down to meet me at Jordan, and I swear to him by the Most High, saying, I will not put thee to death with the sword. Now therefore hold him not guiltless, but thou art a wise man, and knowest what thou oughtest to do unto him. But his whore head bring thou down to the grave with blood. So David slept with his fathers and was buried in the city of David. That's two, he said, bring him down to the grave with blood. Kill him. And the days that David reigned over Israel were 40 years. 7 years reigned he in Hebron, and 33 years reigned he in Jerusalem. Then sat Solomon upon the throne of David his father, and his kingdom was established greatly, because David had already set it up for him. 40 years of war. King Solomon, once he sat on his throne, it was greatly established. He had peace for 40 years. So let's look at Luke, the 4th chapter. Luke 4 and 31. And came down to Capernaum, a city of Galilee, and taught them on the Sabbath days. See, just like we teaching on the Sabbath days, Mashiach Yahushua taught on the Sabbath days, and the apostles. And they were astonished at his doctrine, for his word was with power. See, he ain't speak weakly, like a weak sucker. He spoke with power, loud and strong. Remember, it says voice like a sound of many waters. Remember, he went out into this, look, let me show you how powerful his voice was. Go to Mark, the 4th chapter. He spoke with power. That's why this world have everybody all tripping out whenever you be loud. You speak loud. Look, listen. Mark 4th chapter. And he began again to teach by the seaside, and there was gathered unto him a great multitude, so that he entered into a ship and sat in the sea. He entered into a ship and sat in the sea, and the whole multitude was at the sea on the land. So they on the shoreline, and he way out on the ship. And he taught them many things by parables, and said unto them in his doctrine, Hearken, behold, there went out a sower to sow. They hearing him speak from a ship. And you know a ship gonna bottom out when it goes close to the, the edge of the shore. So it's gotta be out there in the water so it can go ahead on and sell out from wherever it's at. That's how powerful his voice was. That's why they said. In Luke 4 and 32. And they were astonished at his doctrine, for his word was with power. So his word was with power. Matthew 7:28. And it came to pass when the Mashiach had ended these saying, the people were astonished at his doctrine, For he taught them as one having authority, and not as the scribes. He taught them as one having authority, in charge, knowing what he was saying. Verse 33 of Luke the 4th chapter. And in the synagogue there was a man which had a spirit of an unclean devil, and cried out with a loud voice. So in the synagogue, there was a man had a spirit of an unclean devil right there in the church, saying, let us alone. What have we to do with thee, thou Yahushua, Mashiach of Nazareth? Art thou come to destroy us? I know thee, who thou art, the Holy One of the Most High. See, these spirits knew him, just like those spirits know you. When you're rolling in the power, in the presence of the Most High, by Shama Mashiach Yahushua. And Mashiach Yahushua rebuked him, saying, hold thy peace, shut up, be quiet, hold thy peace. Said, hold thy peace, and come out of him. And when the devil had thrown him in the midst, he came out of him, and hurt him not. Came out of him, devil came out of him. And they were all amazed, and spake among themselves, saying, what a word is this? For what, with authority and power he commanded to unclean spirits, and they come out. And the fame of him went out into every place of the country round about. And he arose out of the synagogue and entered into Simon's house. And Simon's wife's mother was taken with a great fever. She had a great fever. And they besought him for her. And he stood over her and rebuked the fever. And it left her. And immediately she arose and ministered unto them. He rebuked the fever and it left. Now when the sun was setting, all they that had any sick with diverse diseases brought them unto him. And he laid his hands on every one of them and healed them. So all of them had diseases and so forth, sicknesses that came before him. He laid his hands on them and healed all of them. And devils also came out of many, crying out and saying, thou art Mashiach, thou art Mashiach, thou art Mashiach, the Son of the Most High. And he rebuking them, suffered them not to speak, for they knew that he was Mashiach. See, that's important. It didn't say Jesus. It didn't say Yahushua. It didn't say Yeshua. It didn't say Yeshaya. It didn't say none of those names. Yehoshua ain't say none of that. It said, thou art Hamashiach. See, these demons know. You see what it said? They acknowledge him as the anointed, the Messiah, the Son of the Most High. Hawaban, that's him, Son of the Most High. Verse 41, and devils also came out of many, crying out and saying, thou art Mashiach, the Son of the Most High. And he rebuking them, suffered them not to speak, for they knew that he was Mashiach. See? That's why he say, he didn't make himself no reputation. He suffered them not to speak. It says, for they knew that he was Mashiach. And when it was day, he departed and went into a desert place. And the people sought him and came unto him and stayed him, that he should not depart from them. Say, come on, man, you got to stay with us. And he said unto them, I must preach the kingdom of the Most High to other cities also, for therefore am I sent. And he preached in the synagogue of Galilee. So he said he went from cities. He wasn't just one place. He went from different cities to preach the kingdom of the Most High. He wasn't definitely stayed on no dang on internet, no Facebook, no YouTube, or just that's all. He went from city to city to try and bring forth this truth. What it said? And he said unto them, verse 43, I must preach the kingdom of the Most High to other cities also, for therefore am I sent. And he preached in the synagogue of Galilee. So Luke 5, see, he went to many cities to teach this gospel, the kingdom of heaven. Luke 5 and 1. And it came to pass that as the people pressed upon him to hear the word of the Most High, he stood by the lake of Gennesaret and saw two ships standing by the lake. But the fishermen were gone out of them and were washing their nets. So he saw two ships, but the fishermen was gone out of them, washing their nets. And he entered into one of the ships, which was Simon's, and prayed him that he would thrust out a little from the land. And he sat down and taught the people out of the ship. So listen, he telling them to go take the ship and sail out further from the shoreline, from where he was at. And he taught the people out of the ship. Now when he had left speaking, he said unto Simon, launch out into the deep and let down your nets for a draught. And Simon answering said unto him, Master, we have toiled all the night. We've been doing this all night, man, and have taken nothing. We reap no fish in these nets. Nevertheless, at thy word, I will let down the net. And when they had this done, they enclosed a great multitude of fishes, and their net brake. So many fishes that their net broke. And they beckoned unto their partners, which were in the other ship, that they should come and help them. And they came and filled both the ships, so that they began to sink. There's so many fish in the ships that they began to sink. When Simon Peter saw it, he fell down at Mashiach's knees, saying, depart from me, for I am a sinful man, O power. For he was astonished, and all that were with him, at the draught of the fishes which they had taken. And so was also James and John, the sons of Zebedee, which were partners with Simon. And the Mashiach said unto Simon, fear not, from henceforth thou shalt catch men. And when they had brought their ships to land, they forsook all and followed him, as he said. So look where Simon came from. For all you holy rollers out there, verse 8, Luke 5 and 8. When Simon Peter saw it, he fell down at Mashiach's knees, saying, depart from me, for I am a sinful man. I am a sinful man, O master. Hear that? He said he was a sinful man. For he was astonished, and all that were with him, at the draught of the fishes which they had taken, man. But you see, he was a sinful man. That's why all you holy rollers out there that think that this is, that you so much better than everybody, no. Most High chose, he to choose the wise and the holier than thou ones. You see, Simon Peter was a head apostle. And look how he was converted as a sinful man, man of the world, right? But we read in Matthew 11:19, how Mashiach was friends of publicans and sinners. Now look at John 10, from that point to this point for Peter. I want Matthew 13 and 16. 16 and 13. Matthew 13, 16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. Let me start at 15. See, for this people's heart or mind is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart or their minds, and should be converted, and I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which you see. See? And have not seen them. They have not seen the things that he's showing us even to this day. And they hear those things which you hear and have not heard them. See? So I want Matthew 16, 13. When the Mashiach came into the coast of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, whom do men say that I, the Son of Man, am? And we're looking at Peter, a sinner, right? It said, and they say, some say that thou art John the Baptist. So some people saying that he's John the Baptist. Some Elijah, and others Jeremiah, or one of the prophets. Right? So it says, he said unto them, but whom say ye that I am? So who do you say that I am? And Simon Peter, the subject matter, who was a sinner, answered and said, thou art Hamashiach, the anointed, the Messiah, the Son of the living power. And the Mashiach answered and said unto him, blessed art thou, Simon Bar Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. See? He was a sinner. But here it is, he let them know that the Most High revealed the fact that Peter was able to tell him that he is the Messiah. He is the anointed. He is Hamashiach. And I said to thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. And I will give unto thee the keys of the kingdom of heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever thou shalt loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Then charged he his disciples that they should tell no man that he was Yahushua HaMashiach. See? That's why he told them devils to shut up. Because they knew he was HaMashiach. He told them he shut them down. You see? Because that was his nature, and that's how our nature should be. If we're going to be Mashiachim. Everybody's not, though. Some people, they're just no different than when you look at television. Those people are what they call them, movie stars, famous stars. They're in the same boat as them. But this is a Mashiach Yahushua, the mind of a Mashiach Yahushua. In Philippians 2, and we're going to read verse 3. It says, let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, looking to be somebody, but in lowliness of mind. That's humility. Let each esteem other better than themselves. So it said, let each one of us esteem others better than ourselves. I mean, uplift each other. Look not every man on his own things, but every man on the things of others. Not only what you have, but things that other people have. You be able to help each other. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Mashiach, Yahushua. This is the mind that was in him, who, being in the form of the Most High, thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High. I mean, he was the son of the Most High, but made himself of no reputation. What did he say? Verse 5, let this mind be in you, but made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself, and became obedient unto death, even death of the cross. See? So that's how we should be. If you're going to be Mashiachim, if you're going to be like him. And with that, I say, Shalom.